President Donald Trump says trade talks with China are moving along, quote, very nicely. He met today at the White House with China's top trade official. The question on the table, will human rights also be addressed in these negotiations? White House correspondent Mark Irons reports. Good evening, Mark.
Good evening, Lauren. Outside the White House here, we can hear a small but vocal group protesting human rights abuses in China, where religious minorities are being detained in camps. And the U.S. State Department lists the country's offenses from forced abortions to incidents of torture and murder at the hands of the Chinese government.
Got to be a great deal. If it's not a great deal, we're not doing it, but it's going very well.
An optimistic President Trump today, hopeful a future trade deal with China will save the U.S. hundreds of billions of dollars.
It'll be a great deal for our farmers. Technology, intellectual property theft, everything is covered. There's not a thing that's not covered.
But will it cover human rights concerns? We didn't get a response from the White House today, but News Nightly asked the vice president about this last week as trade talks ramp up with the country the U.S. calls in a league of its own when it comes to abuse of its own citizens.
Will we see conditions on human indignities included in trade talks?
With regard to China, we're engaged in discussions about resetting our trading relationship. But rest assured, as our relationship with China continues to change and to grow, we're going to speak out and we're going to stand up for the rights of religious minorities in China and everywhere around the world.
The 2019 Human Rights Report from the State Department slammed China's record, including its treatment of the Uyghurs, an ethnic and religious community of Muslims.
The Chinese policy for decades really has been one of repression, one of limiting religious freedom, preventing children from going to mosque, preventing parents from even naming their children Mohammed.
And sex-selective abortions are among the other abuses in China.
Even under the new two-child policy, second daughters are very much discriminated against to the extent that they are selectively aborted.
U.S. officials say the Vatican's recent deal with China, believed to give China and the Pope a say in the naming of bishops, is actually hurting the cause of religious freedom in China. The Vatican is asking for patience today, saying the situation won't change overnight. Lauren?
White House correspondent Mark Irons. Thank you, Mark.